I had that thing on my eyelid. I remember a dude be like, "What's that on your eyelid?" I'm getting it removed when I get out.
Yeah, sure you are, champ.
Yeah,
you could have got the free medical care in prison.
Oh, please, you don't want
that. Chopped the whole lid off.
Yeah, you don't
got
want
2 of them. Taylor making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah, and you could have been an eye patch guy. Do you remember how much I was pumping you up when you were eye patch guy? You looked fucking sick.
Yeah, I remember you saying those things.
It looked cool. Now, depth perception, people say that's important, but
I hear you started wearing one just day to day, just for the funsies.
Day to day, sometimes. It's not illegal to wear an eye patch and say you're a veteran.
Literally,
it's free speech.
That's free speech.
I think that's
Wait, is that illegal? That can't be illegal.
That's stolen valor. It's a federal offense.
Yeah, but they're not going to get you. What are they going to fucking do? Try me. They're not going to get me in trouble. Demanding a discount at Domino's, middle of the day. They'll give it to you.
I can pass all their tests. I was in the 101st platoon back in.
Yeah, I could tell you where I served, but I'd have to kill you.
That's a better approach.
Those guys
I like walk in normally, and then after they call my shit, I start limping, like as if I've been shot and I'm wounded.
Those guys are always so embarrassing with the guys who are like super stealing valor. They're covered in medals, like Navy SEAL shit, and they've got like this combination of medals and awards and such that make them into like a Chuck Norris type character. If you know what you're looking at, you're like, wait, so you were in the Navy first and became a SEAL. That's right. And then you became a Ranger. Yep. I was tired of being out there on the seas. Wanted to try my hand in the desert combats of Iraq. And it's like, dude, what are you talking about right now? He's an admiral. He's a Captain Crunch or some shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. And they'll be like, dude, I was in that class. And if you've done it, you know what you're asking. They'll ask him what's that number? MOA or something? It's not MOA. It's that number that like service members have that defines their like job level or whatever. They'll ask him what that is.
Yeah, I know what it is. I'm not going to say.
They will
know. Military term for pay grade, I think.
Sure. They'll ask them, where they went to boot camp, and they'll have that wrong. And it's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. They didn't open that place until like 1985. You were Nam? What are you talking about? How old are you?
Yeah, I was a Navy SEAL.
It shouldn't be hard. He was a Navy SEAL. Cover story.
He absolutely was.
No, that's the thing. I've watched Navy SEALs online rip on him for this. I served in Vietnam as a frogman.
He was a frogman.
And a frogman was a different thing that existed prior to the SEALs. No. And then the SEALs became a thing, and the frogmen became part of the SEALs. But he's like always said that he was a SEAL, but he didn't go through SEAL training.
He didn't go through
he went through like a different path, and then now says like, I was a Navy SEAL in Vietnam. And they're like, you were a frogman. And he's like, well, it became the Navy SEALs.
He graduated Bud's class 58 December of 1970 and was part of the underwater demolition team 12. So
wow, so you're telling me those YouTube shorts fucking lied to me?
Yeah.
So AI says something close to what Taylor was saying.
Yes, there we go.
But it goes both ways. Yes, Jesse Ventura was indeed a Navy SEAL. He served in the U.S. Navy, including time in the underwater demolition team 12, which is now part of the SEAL teams. Right, so it's like he is a SEAL because the thing he did became reclassified as a SEAL later.
They what he does to SEALs, but he passed BUDS. Which is like, to me, one of the defining things to being a Navy SEAL is you went through that BUDS course. Maybe I don't know shit, but I think he's legit.
That's no shit. I mean, I disliked Jesse Ventura for a while after he got in that fight with Jim Norton on O&A, and then I liked him again, and so I'm back to liking Jesse Ventura, where this is also an old story. You know the Chris Kyle story with him?
Yeah.
Where Chris Kyle, apparently not only a sniper, but a bit of a fibber, was like, yeah, I was at a bar, and Jesse Ventura came up to me and said, I'm glad all those soldiers died. And so I punched him. And then in interviews, Jesse's like, why would I say that? That's awful. Like, I never said that to him. And then he sued him for like $1 million and won.
Yeah, Chris Kyle was a fibber.
Chris Kyle had to admit that he fibbed on Jesse Ventura, and then he got shot at a shooting range.
Yeah, that guy murdered him. He the lie that I remember is during the Hurricane Katrina aftermath, he said something about him going to New Orleans and shooting looters.
Jesse did?
No.
Chris Kyle.
Oh, Chris Kyle. Yeah,
No,
that seems fucking absurd.
Yeah, Jesse was in the floodwaters. He's a frog man. He was under there.
I noticed a lot of black people stealing.
So I just took
I didn't want to weigh in.
Left.
It didn't seem like my place. He's so funny. He's with that hair.
Kyle's right. Ventura went to Buds, and I don't know up from down, but it feels like Navy SEAL to me.
Yeah,
and he's a big cool guy. I always thought dude.
I'm back in.
He seems like cool dude, and he's huge. I always I like Jesse Ventura. Loved his movies. Obviously, just Predator is the main one. I have a signature in the other room on my Predator photo.
I like that he became governor as an independent. I don't know. Maybe it's true, but I just think independents are less corruptible, probably better motives. Maybe I'm just projecting good things onto them.
How long was
you would think more people be going after you with like bribes and such if you are independent, though, right? Like both sides now feel like they can come at you on this and that and the other. Whereas if you're hard right, nobody's, the LGBTQ people aren't coming to you like, hey, maybe you could do this, that, and the other. They don't even bother with you. But if you're independent, both sides are trying to come at you.